Good evening, everyone. We are the Group 2 and we are tasked to report or discuss all about folk dance. So, what is folk dance? Folk dance, generally a type of dance that is vernacular, usually recreational, and considered as an expression of a past or present culture. The term folk dance was accepted until the mid 20th century. Then, these and other categories of dances were questioned and their distinctions became subject to debate. Another thing is that folk dances are performed at weddings, engagement ceremonies, when sending young men off to perform their military service, at national and religious festivals, after victories, going to and coming back from the high plateaus, and at meetings such as Furfin, Yarintox, Barana, or Sera Gezmizi. Moreover, folk dances are dances bound by tradition with movements passed down through the generations. Folk dance is not just one singular type of dance, but a collection of many dances. Each style of folk dance can date back several generations or centuries with ties to the old world. What makes a dance a folk dance? Logically speaking, the adjective folk should modify the noun dance to indicate a certain kind of dance, and dancing and perhaps the style or some other distinguishing feature of the dance or performance. It should also imply who the performers are. However, the term folk dance, which has been in common use since the late 19th century, along with its parent term folklore, which was coined in 1846, is not as descriptive or uncontroversial as it might seem. Much of the problem lies in the attitudes and purposes of early scholars and their audience.
Hello everyone, I am Lara Nina Giulianus and I am assigned to report about the purpose of folk dancing and the importance of folk dancing. So first, in your own opinion, what is the purpose of folk dancing? You can raise your answers in our chat box. Okay, very good. Folk dances are a celebration of daily life, health, peace, war, harvest times, and other aspects of life. It serves that all of the aspects of life, we celebrate all of it through dancing. So, the main purpose of folk dancing, according to the NCCA or the National Commission for Culture and the Arts, folk dances imitate nature and life, because they are rituals for social and spiritual expression. When we say imitate, it is defined as to copy or follow something as a model. Let's proceed with the importance of folk dances. Primarily, it keeps a culture of people alive by sharing and teaching younger generations the dances. So as you can see, as generation goes by, our folk dances remains the same because it is a culture for us Filipinos that we share and teach what folk dances are and how it influenced us as a Filipino. Dance keeps the history of people as well. Because of dancing, mariminis nato ngayon ani di ay ilang culture like makita nato and madungog nato through their different folk dances in different areas here in the Philippines. And of course, dances are ways a community celebrates a special event or important date in time. People think folk dances are important because they help keep a culture alive. People have been doing folk dances for hundreds of years, and there is value keeping that tradition alive. So imagine no sa kadugay sa panahon until now naagihapon tay folk dances. It is because it is very important to us Filipinos. We as a Filipino, we value culture and traditions. Folk dances are important because they preserve the Philippine culture and pass it on to the next generation. O di ba di jud siya mawa as time goes by. Bisan pag pila na kahenerasyon ang maabot because they are a uniting force to the Philippine people. Many folk dances trace their origins back during times when dance was distinguished between the different classes of society. The common and country folk versus the high society, royalty, and elitist. The term folk dance was originally meant as a derogative term by high society elitist to demean the common people. So, ang dance ni atong mga panahon na kay gibilittle sa mga high society elitist to cause a severe loss in the dignity of and respect for the common people. Country dance styles of today contain mixes of both contemporary folk dance and ballroom dance. Even several ballroom dance styles originated from folk dance. So, that's it for my part, and now I will give the virtual floor to Rizali John Cabrera for the continuation of our report.
Different types of folk dances. Some of the most notable folk dances from all around the world are Bal de Bastons, weapon dance from Spain and Portugal. Salad, Gaelic folk dance originating from Scotland and Ireland. Clogging, folk dance that features beating of heavy footwear on the floor. English country dance, traditional English folk dance that is also danced in France and Germany. Fandango, traditional Spanish couples dance that is accompanied by guitars and clapping hands or castanets. Georgian folk dances, they include dances such as Kartali, Kurami, Akarali, Partsa, Kasbigori, Kevs Suruli, and many others. Greek dances. Rich Greek history has borne over 100 of traditional folk dances, including a dozen that was danced at ancient feasts such as Angelica, Carpeia, Kordax, and others. Hora, traditional folk dance of Balkans, danced in Montenegro, Macedonia, Bulgaria, and several other countries. Kolo, folk dance that is danced in South Slavic countries such as Serbia, Bosnia, Croatia, Macedonia, and Slovenia. Italian folk dance. Italy is home of many popular folk dances such as Tarantella, Pizzica, Monferrina, Calabrian Tarantella, and Ballo Tondo. Jota, popular Spanish folk dance. Turkish dances. Bar, Halay, Horon, Zeyvik, and Sophie's spinning dance. Hungarian dances. Most famous Hungarian folk dances are Verbunk, Ogres, Karikazum, Legenias, and Sardas. Polska. Traditional folk dance originating from Nordic countries like Denmark, Sweden, Finland, and Norway. Square dance, traditional dance originating from England. It involves 4 pair of dancers. Sword or weapon dances, genre of folk dances consisting of dozens upon dozens of individual dances from all around the world. Dolo Kunita, very popular drum-based dance from India. Bihangra, famous Punjabi harvest dance. Atan, the national dance of Pashtun regions of Afghanistan and Pakistan. Higa, celebration or wedding circle dance of Assyria. Odori, Japanese folk dance performed at streets during celebrations and parades. Boyo, Japanese geisha and artist dance. Morris dance, a traditional English dance originating from 15th century. Polka, very popular traditional dance from Czech Republic that is danced today all around the world. When talking about dance in the Philippines, we can't help but think of the classic Filipino folk dance that put the country on the world map. Here's a list of folk dances in the Philippines you should know if you want to learn more about today's country culture. The first example is called tinikling, a Philippine folk dance that originated in Leyte. The dance involves two people beating, tapping, and sliding bamboo poles on the ground and against each other in coordination with one or more dancers who step over and in between the poles in a dance. Next dance is called itik-itik, a cultural dance in the Philippines that originated in Surigao del Sur. It originated in the province of Surigao in Mindanao. In itik-itik, from the Tagalog word for duck, the dance steps imitate the movements of ducks among rice, paddies, and swamp plants, such as wading, flying, and short, choppy steps.
Maglalatik, origin country Philippines. Originally, it is performed in Binyan, Laguna as makwar. The maglalatik is a folk dance from the Philippines performed by male dancers. Coconut shell halves are secured onto the dancer's hand on the vest, upon which are hung 4 or 6 more coconut shell halves. The Binasuan. The Binasuan is a Filipino folk dance in which the performer holds 4 wire glasses in each hand while performing balancing tricks. One may be used to fill the glasses, but other liquids may be substituted. Binasuan originated in Pangasinan, and it's popular on festival events such as weddings. The Singkil. The Singkil dance it originates in Lanao del Sur, Mindanao. It's said to be the dance of Muslim royalty. Singkil is a folk dance of the Marano people of the Lake Lanao, depicting one of the episodes in epic poem Darangen, which was popularized by Bayanihan Philippine National Folk Dance Company. The Kapa Malong Malong. The Kapa Malong Malong is a Muslim-influenced dance. The sarong is a pantubong costume, and the dance essentially shows the many ways that you can get tired. There are also versions of the men's and women dance because they wear malongs in different ways. Kapa Malong Malong is also called Sambi Malong. It's a dance that originated from the Marano tribes of Mindanao in the Philippines. The dance shows the many ways of wearing malong, a simple, tubular yet high-functional piece of cloth. Cariñosa. Representing the courting phase of romantic relationship. The Cariñosa, which means affectionate one, is a Filipino folk dance that emerged from Panay, the Visayas, and the Bicol region. The Cariñosa is the Philippine dance of colonial era, origin the Maria Clara suit Philippine folk dances, where the fan of handkerchief plays an instrumental role as it plays couple in romance scenario.
Sayaw sa Bangko, a traditional folk dance in the Philippines that originated in Pangasinan. It is a famous Filipino folk dance in which the dancers must use good skill and balance as they dance on top of a narrow bench. This dance dates back to before the Spanish colonization of the Philippines, which means it is a purely Filipino ancestral dance. Dancers showcase their skills as they dance atop a narrow bench while constantly trading places. As opposed to competing with each other to stay on the bench, dancers must complement each other to ensure that they do not fall. It is usually performed in town fiestas. Next is the Pandango sa Ilaw, an ethnic dance in the Philippines that originated in Lubang Island, Mindoro. It is a wild-style dance, playful folk dance that exhibits a distinctive fusion of local and Western indigenous dance types. It simulates fireflies at dusk or dawnlight and flight. It portrays a young man's courtship to a maiden who cut his entrance. So, the term pandango comes from the Spanish word fandango, which in Portugal is also a common dance which is defined by making time with the use of castanet clock, finger snapping, and triple time rhythm stamping of the feet, a 3/4 time dance. The sentence sa ilaw is Tagalog for in light and relates to the 3 oil lamps to be balanced by a dancer, one on the head and one on each side on the back. The name of the owl lamp is tinghoy. Candles are sometimes used in lenses instead of an owl lamp. It is generally danced in couples with traditional clothes for both women and men. The individual performing this graceful dance is often referred to as the pandangera. Then the pandangera dancers holding three owl lamps called the tinghoy. Next is the pandango o wasiwas. It is a folk dance in the Philippines that originated in Lingayen, Pangasinan. It is a Spanish fandango dance with its origins coming from the fishing town of Lingayen in Pangasinan. Following their good catch, the fishermen will usually celebrate by drinking wine and dancing, and by swinging and circling with the lighted lamps on the hands of the dancers. The graceful and lively moves of the dancers give the name Owasiwas, which in the local dialect is known as swinging. Next is the kuratsa, a type of folk dance in the Philippines that originated in Samar Island. It is a Filipino traditional dance of courtship where the male approaches and courts a lady in a form of a dance. It depicts the courtship between the rooster and the hen. It is highly favored by the Visayan people, especially the Waray people of the Eastern Visayas region in the Philippines, and highlights every important occasion in the Eastern Visayas communities. And lastly is the pantomina, a type of dance in the Philippines that originated in Bicol. It is a Bicolano folk dance that came from the Spanish word for pantomime because of its courting or wooing movements. Its old name is salampati, Bicol term for doves, so the dance is sometimes referred to as the dance of the doves. Philippine folk dances are a celebration of daily life, health, peace, war, harvest times, and other aspects of life. According to the National Commission for Culture and the Arts, Philippine folk dances imitate nature and life because they are rituals for social and spiritual expression. So that's the end of our discussion, and I hope that you have learned something about our discussion about folk dances. Thank you for listening.